Like, bro, hey, bro, sometimes I'll be wondering how life has changed from a refugee camp to a country that everybody wants to be. Mm. There are a lot of things that I was expecting, especially back when I was there, back when I was in Africa, and coming here. Some of the things that I've been seeing right now, most of them, most of them are not actually what I expected. Most of the things are not what I expected, and some of them are almost what I expected. So I'm actually making this video to take you through the eyes that I got, inform you of what it is here, and at least show you what it is being on the field, being here in America, and the struggles that people here go through, the ups and downs, and everything about being here. So feel free to subscribe because I believe I'm gonna be making a lot of videos. So be a part of the community before I get mad at you. Don't worry, I ain't gonna get mad at you. So guys, there are a lot of things that I was not expecting back home, and now I'm just like I don't know what I should say. I can accept that I'm a foreigner because everything here looks different. Everything is different, way different. Um, there are a lot of things that we were told back home, and some of them are not the way they are. Like the richest, some of the people we used to see, we expect that they were all rich, while you never knew the life that they lived. We got a mindset that is not okay, especially back when I was in Kakuma, which is Kenya. I remember giving out all the clothes that I had, giving out the phones, giving out all the belongings that I had because I was coming to America, and I was expecting that life was gonna be a bed of roses, and everything was just. I had a feeling that everything would be easy here, and I just want to let you know that I want to let you know what it is on the field, what it is on the ground. Do you really have to give them out? Do you really have to come with one pair of clothes in America? Hmm? Or what should you do? So it's crazy. Also, like our mindsets are built different. We never expected that a person here in America can be poor. Nobody, even me, like back in Africa, back in Kenya, I used to say that I used to look at a person in America not doing well as just a failure, person who is just a failure. But we have never known what are some of the reasons why the people can fail in this place that is known everywhere of success. It's known for people who are billionaires, and we never question how did those that are billionaires, how did they get there? And why are you? Why is that person that we see in the bottom? Why is he still there? There are a lot of questions that we can ask ourselves. A lot of them, like we don't even know how this place is built. We don't know the kind of machines they use. We don't know their lives. We don't know the culture. We got a difference of culture. We got a difference of food. We got a difference of work. Yes, I know we used to work back in Africa, but here It's a different thing. We got how we used to think about the money, the social life. There are a lot of things that are different. Everything, just compare everything to the like everything how we used to view everything back home and what it is on the field. And I think I'm gonna be starting with like one of the things that I'm gonna be discussing is the culture. Here, my brothers and sisters, this place is built different. Here, this is an example. This is a place that you should just name it as mind your business. This place is where people mind their own businesses. Nobody will ever talk to you unless you invite them for a talk. People here don't talk like that with you. You see them you see them get in their cars, but you'll never see them talk to people. Like I've been living where I've been living right now, I have not seen nobody, but everywhere are cars. Like you be just looking outside, you see cars everywhere. Cars everywhere. Some are very expensive, some are like mine. Some are like mine. I'm not saying mine is not expensive. Some are very expensive to a point that I can easily say that I cannot manage them. But I will manage them in the future. Right now, those that are too expensive, I cannot try them either on loan or you want to force me to buy them with the cash, the little money that I got. I cannot try. So people here do not really talk to each other like that. They have spaces like you keep a distance from another person. They mind their own business. They don't really want you. They don't want you around them. Yeah. People are like strangers here. Even your own neighbor, you should be greeting, like your next door neighbor, who you have to greet. Like back in Africa, you have to know his name, his children's name. They know their kids come to your house to watch TV, and your kids go to their house to watch TV. It's not like here. They don't come to your house. Matter of fact, if they see you near the kids, they might call the police for you. They can call the police on you, my brother. It not be played. They can call the police on you. So America is different, Like how do you call a police on your neighbor? How do you call a police on your neighbor? These people can call a police on you. Being your next door neighbor, like you just greet their kids, they will call the police and say that this is a kidnapper or something like that. What is that? A kidnapper. You are kidnapping the kids. The whole neighborhood is just nothing but cars. Nothing but cars. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Nothing but cars. But nobody. You ain't seeing nobody. You are not seeing nobody. Only cars that are parked everywhere. But nobody. The whole neighborhood is empty. It's empty and void. Kizungu, we're trying to get to learn this English thing. So it's empty. You are not seeing nobody. You only see cars moving. Like this car right here. It's been there for a while now. The owner is just sleeping. Not sleeping because they don't have nothing. It's because they have paid their rent properly. So there are a lot of differences. Like nobody is walking outside. The neighborhood is empty. And also, people here, I can also let you know that people here, a lot of them are very polite. A lot of them are polite to you. They are too polite to a point that I used to tell I used to have an advisor, one guy that used to advise me about life here, and I used to tell him that he was being too soft, because sometimes he would ask me for some documents that they need for certain training that I was gonna be doing, and most of the time I used to forget. And he used to be so soft to a point that he could even, if I was supposed to come with the documents, he would just let it go, and he would say that no problem, you will come next week with them. And the week after, I would do the same, and he would just say no problem, you'll. And even I had that feeling on my own that I was really messing around. I was being too dumb for not doing the right thing. So most of the people here are very polite. Most of them are very polite. But I did not say all of them. So there are those that will tear you up, either by punches or by words. So there are a lot of them, a lot of good people here, a lot of those that are polite. They have been told by the TV to be polite and by their teachers to be polite, because nobody else, apart from the TV or the smartphones, nobody else, no elders to talk to, nobody else, nobody. So these are different, a lot of different things. Like, kids are not taught by the elders, and you, as a neighbor, if you see a kid doing wrong, you can not talk to them, you cannot try to change what they are doing. Maybe what they are doing is what their parents trained them to do, and that would be wrong. You trying to change a kid that you did not give birth to, and yet you got the ability to have a kid, and you do not want to have a kid. People here do not have kids that much though. I got this whole neighborhood, I only saw Indians there. Indians with 3 kids. So Indians, they be having kids though. So I've seen Indians with 3 kids. But this side that I live at, I have not really seen no kid. But all the houses are filled up. Because when I got to this house here, when I got to this apartment right here, I think there was nothing else. There was nothing else. No other house that was empty. So my house was one of the last that was empty. Or maybe they have their kids. It's just that I'll be seeing their cars but no kids. So it's we rarely meet. We rarely see people. It's crazy. And another difference would be what? There are a lot of differences. People here are like strangers. I think I mentioned that. And like, even at a work, even the only people that you can either talk to are people back home. You're gonna have to get your phone and call people back home. So another difference would be, I think another difference would be food. We get a lot of differences, as I mentioned earlier, and another difference would be food. For me, being a South Sudanese by birth and by nature, we got a lot of different cuisines that we used to have, different foods that we used to have back home, and some things like kisera, we were used to them. Being in Kenya, I was used to chapati. I was used to chapati, but when I came here and I couldn't see the chapati, I was fucked up. Life was not going well with me. Yeah. How can I be at a place with no chapati? So this is what it is. So this place can be like that. Chapati is not available here, and if you look for some of those that are available, some of them do not even taste like the ones that are brought home. Like I've seen one Kenyan guy, he went to Africa, he went to Kenya. One guy went to Kenya and bought 1,000 chapatis. 1,000 chapatis. What do you do with 1,000 chapatis? And man, the guy went to Kenya and bought 1,000 chapatis. He ensured that he paid for them. And I don't know how he managed to bring them. He did it all. Did everything that was required. And he came with the chapatis to America. So just because nobody is making them right here. Nobody is making them in the right way. Like that right smell, the good smell of chapati, you cannot get it here. They might put some things in it until it starts to smell like a Chinese food, which is not right. And they put some chemicals in it. Matter of fact, they also make chapatis and you will find them in stores like Nakumat, like big supermarkets. You will find them there, and when you buy them, you try to come and prepare them the regular way. Their smell is different, how they taste is different, and you are expecting a chapati. So things here, the foods that we get here are very different, very, very different. Also, there is something known as fast food here. America, people here live by fast food. These are food that they are made of things that are made of, I believe they are made of chemicals or stuff like that. They are not really natural. Most of them are not natural. And that's why people here, the obesity, being fat is something common here. You'll see people fat for no reason. Why would you be fat while you have a chance of trying to look good? But you just want to be fat. Why? People really eat things that are not healthy. A lot of the foods that are being eaten here are processed to a point that they are losing their how they are naturally, like they are losing everything on how they were natural. So they are no longer natural, they are just processed now. That is not good for me. It's not good for you. And sometimes we just conclude that they are better. Here, how do you call it? KFC is one of them. There's McDonald's. It's one of them. Some of these KFC, the chicken, some of them are made to grow fast. How can you make a chicken grow in a night? Or you grow a chicken in 1 week, and after 1 week it's old. Some of these chickens here that we eat are grown in a day. What is this? Yani una grow chicken in a day. What is going on? What machines are they using? What kind of technology is this? Technologia. What is this? So most of their foods are processed. They are not good for me. They are not good for you, and they are not. They deteriorate. They make our health bad. You easily get sick. And I rarely eat them. I only eat them especially when I lack time, because preparing food is not an easy job. Cooking, going to work, looking for things that you are gonna cook, like that means going to buy them, and all the other stuff is not easy. So everything here about food It's a tough thing. It's struggling. Like there was a time that when I got here, I started eating chicken a lot. I used to eat KFC for a month. I found out that I was getting fat because most of my friends in Africa, in Kenya, when they saw me, like I used to post on TikTok. You can go on TikTok and search my username torpedo made it at gmail. Torpedo made it. On TikTok, I used to post some videos, and some of them I just made them private recently, and most of them will tell me that I was getting fat. But when I look at myself, I couldn't tell it because it's me. If it was you, I would have seen it and I would have analyzed it and I would have told you what was going on. So I used to eat a lot of chicken every day until I reached a point that I realized that I was just eating a lot of chemicals. I was not eating nothing natural. So food here is a big thing. It's a no. Don't eat processed food. Don't eat them. They are not good for you and me, and they destroy your body. You become a little fat pig. Don't do that to yourself. If you are a boy, no girl will want you. If you are a girl, I'm sorry for you. No man is coming for you. Sometimes I miss, some foods that I be missing in Africa, especially in Kenya. I can miss. There are some foods like the samosa. Yeah. I've been missing some samosa sometimes, and there is that thing. There are a lot of different things. Zile niseme aje, kuna chakula mingi zenye mi huwa na miss, but being here, nakumbuka there was a time that I was in Nakuru, nikitembea tu hivi, like walking in the nearby neighborhoods, I just see some chicken being fried, and remember those are natural, real food. You just give out 30 shillings, which is like a fraction of $1 here, a very little money. Just give them 30 or 50 or 100 shillings and you get some real food. But I wasn't in a point that I could afford it. I couldn't afford it. So it's crazy. And let's go to another thing that I like. There are a lot of differences. I also noticed that some healthy, like real, like natural food are expensive here. There is a difference of natural food, and getting them is not that easy. And buying natural food is very hard. Sometimes people would go to African stores, especially for us as African. And sometimes you go to the regular stores like Walmart. Going to Walmart, you can find some natural food, like even fruits like mango, kuna like even rice, even banana, all those things that are naturally made. You find that they are like $1 up or $2 more than the regular ones. The ones that are natural, that are fake, they are kind of pricey. They are higher. They get a high price, and that's how it is. Natural is always the best. So getting them is not easy here. And matter of fact, that day when I was there, I noticed that they were in a very small portion. I was in Walmart. The natural food that were actually made of how do you call it? The natural food that I mentioned earlier, the mangoes, the potatoes, the tomatoes, the banana, they were actually kept in a small side because they are not that they are a little bit expensive, and they were kept aside. So some other things that I would also want to discuss are like work. I would also want to discuss about work here. You know, coming to America and making your life easier and getting a lot of money is the thing. That is what everybody wants. And when I found myself here, I noticed a difference. I noticed that we struggle a lot to make money. It's not easy making money here. We go through hell to make money. And remember, working here, just saying, it's not just like I want to go and work and you get a work. You struggle to get the job, and the job is not gonna be easy to maintain. What do you call that? You struggle to get a work, and after getting that work, you struggle to maintain it. The problem most of the time is leaving a job to another job without like giving time, because sometimes you expect that the next job is gonna be better, and it's gonna be giving you a lot of money, and you are gonna be doing easier work. I remember when I came to America, I struggled. Let me not lie, I struggled a lot. I worked at a car wash, a job that I could have never accepted, a job that I would never think of doing, especially back in Kenya. I worked at a car wash. That was my first job. I did 2 jobs at a time. In the same time, I worked at a car wash and I worked at Home Depot. So I used to do the 2 of them, and doing 2 jobs full time. Yeah, I'm back again. Yeah, I worked at a car wash for like 3 months, for 2 months. And I noticed that I told you earlier, keeping a job here is not easy. It's not a joke. I told you earlier that you would be struggling to get a job, and when you get it, it's not going to be easy to keep it. Even though the job is very hard, even though the job is just a piece of humiliation, it's going to be very hard for you to keep that job. I had to quit that job. Not because it wasn't giving me money, but because people were being racist at me. Like they would blame me for things that another person did, and if I say that it's not me that was doing that, they will tell me, why did I not tell that person not to do it? And yet we got the same role with that person that did it. They started doing a lot of bullshit, and I had to quit. I had to tell them that keep your job, do it on your own, and I quit it. At least I did not quit for no reason. I quit it because of some of the reasons that are just they showed some of worse human beings. How do you keep me in a car wash? You know exactly what the job is, and you are discriminating me at the job. That kind of job. It doesn't matter where you at. If you are a black person here, even those that are Somali, light skin, my brother, go anywhere, you will be notified that you are a black person, and racism will hit you. Before, it will not tell you that you are from Africa. It will just come directly to you. Like I remember a point that I was in a bus. I was not in a bus. I was going into a bus, and I found one black guy, black American. We were going into the same bus, and the guy was told to go out just because he was carrying it's like a trolley, a cart, a little cart that it was pushing his vegetables at. He had placed them inside and it was pushing them. He was taking them to the bus so that he could go home with them. And the guy was told to get out of the bus. It's a public bus, but the guy that was driving was a white guy who felt like he owned the bus. And the guy tried to complain, the black guy tried to complain, but nobody understood him. They even tried to call the police on him. So he left the bus and he left. And after driving for 3 minutes, they let in a white guy with the same cut, the same thing that the black guy was having. They let in a white guy in with them. And the funny thing was, the people that were seated in the bus, all of them were cheering. They were cheering him up. They were telling him, they were cheering him up. They were telling him that he was a very great driver. He knew what to do. He was the best driver for them. And for me, I was disappointed. I did not like what was going on. But what do I do? I'm a poor person from Africa, struggling in America. So I kept quiet and I was taken to my work, where I used to work at Home Depot. That was the time that I used to live in a state known as, how do we call it? New Mexico. I landed in Texas and was taken to New Mexico by the agency that brought me to America. And that's what it is. So it was terrible. After some months, I had to leave there. At least when I came to Chicago, when I started living in Chicago, I noticed that in Chicago, there are a lot of black people there. I don't really know what the black people want in cities, big cities. They are there, but they don't have money. How do you live in a big city with no money? Black people are some of the funny people. You find black people in Chicago town, but you are struggling in life. Most of them are struggling, but at least I'm proud of those that are making it in life. There are a good number of them that are struggling, but a little number that is succeeding, and it's good. Also, it said that the most successful group of people in the group of black people in the world are the Black Americans. So maybe it's true, or maybe not. I cannot really say a thing about it. Maybe they are the most successful, and I congratulate them. That's a good thing. That's a good thing that they are known for. Working here is not easy, guys. We be doing long shifts, 10 hours. Right now, the job that I do 10 hours in a night. I do 10 hours standing. Break is only 15 minutes. I got 2 breaks, one that is 15 and one that is 30. So I take that out of 10 hours and 30 minutes. 10 hours and 30 minutes. So those are the only minutes that I be on break. But 9 hours and 45 minutes. 9 hours and, is it 45? 9 hours and 45 minutes I'll be standing. I cannot sit down. If I sit down, I lose my job. It's not a joke. And that's the only reason why people find it hard here, because there are long shifts that you can't manage, and if you decide to do a short shift, a very little, you do like 5 hours, you will not be living in a house. You'll be homeless. You'll be homeless, my brother. So here it's like that. If you decide to live to do a very little job, Like just be working for 3 hours, you'll be homeless unless you group up. You come together as 10 people and rent out the same house. But for a person like me who decide that I have to try my best, I be working my 10 hours and go home to sleep for another 5 hours, I don't know, and at least come to the internet to tell you what is going on. So be happy that I'm here for you. Be happy that I will always be here for you, because I'm trying to build a community which you should be included. I want you to be a member by subscribing, because I will be telling you true stories. There is nothing like real life here. Nothing like real life. Real life is always the best, and it will teach you real things on the field, real things on the ground. Right now, Tukokwa snow, and the snow is not joking with us here. Like when you look at it, it's very cold, real cold. It's real life. So jobs are really terrible. Jobs are not easy, but we struggle to ensure that we make something. There are a lot of things. Also, you can be working that long and you find out that taxes are taking around 25% of your money, 30% in some states. For me, I used to live in Chicago and I worked at Wisconsin, which means that my taxes were being taken in 2 states. I was losing a lot of money on taxes. So taxes are like that. Like me right now, I can be making like 1,700, 1,600, and I end up with 1,100 or 1,200. What is that? What kind of crying should I cry? Should I open my mouth very wide? Because that money, it can change my life. If they return it back to me now, I can count myself one of the wealthiest people in my continent. Hey, by the way, I'm rich too. Because they say that if you got more than $5,000 in your account, you are richer than 50% of the world. Oh, if you got more than $5,000, you are richer than 50% of the world. There is something they know. Let me also inform you guys that there is something known as night shifts. Night shifts is what I do. I work at night. To a point that my body is adapted. It has adapted that time. I can't sleep until it's daytime. Until it's around 3. Because I'll be working partially in the night and partially in day. Like I'll be working half of the night and a half of the day. So when it's around 2 in the evening, or 3 or 4, I'll be sleeping. I'll go to bed to wake up at 11 and go for 11 hours, because now it's Christmas. So where I work at, there is a lot of demand. They got a lot of demand. Their demand has risen because of the Christmas. So they want a lot of people to be working more than 10 hours. So I got like 30, like 50, almost 66, almost 60 hours a week. That's crazy. That's working for 6 days or 7 days. What kind of suffering is that? I also noticed, man, being at work, not all people want to be friends with you. There are those that would want to be friends with you, and those that do not even care about who you are. You'll be working with people that you'll be seeing them every day, but they never want to greet you. They never even want to say a word to you. And if you talk to them, they look away as if you are trying to yell at them, as if you had abused them. So it's crazy. This place is different. If it's back home, we would have been making stories, trying to see what to do next. If it's high school in Kenya, everybody would be planning on how to ban the next school dormitory. How to ban the school. Eh? There are a lot of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, about jobs, that's what I can say. And the cost of living, man, cost of living is not easy. And how you make money and the cost of living. Cost of living is very high here, man. You probably be wondering, if we make all those thousands of money in a week, then why do people here say that they are struggling? The main reason is we get a very high cost of living. Right now, I live in a place where I pay rent for 1 bedroom as $1,203. That is rent. I also buy food, the things that I come to cook. I buy them at 500 or 400 in a month. That is one. I pay electricity, the bills for electricity, probably around $60 to $70 in a month. I pay car insurance, $138 in a month. That is another one. I pay my phone bill for $55. To a lot of people, they pay higher than that in a month. If you are making 1,000 in a month, in a week, can that not add up to finish all the money that you have? You be taking gas, you also be buying gas. Mafuta. You be buying gas probably once a week or twice, or for some people that live in long distances, they can be buying twice. Or for those that live very close to work, they can be buying like once in 2 weeks. Like me, I only buy once in 2 weeks, so which is a very good thing for me. And that's what it is. We make money that we don't keep, and you'll find some of our cousins saying that we are not sending them money. No, it's just that the money that we make, we don't even enjoy with them. Because if you are making all those money, you don't have a cousin to call. You don't have a brother to inform that you are struggling. You don't have an uncle to tell that you are struggling. You don't have a cousin to tell that your back is hurting for working the whole week. Then what do? You ensure that the money that you make, you put them aside, you keep them to ensure that you protect, you keep the next month rent secure. You keep it safe so that next month will be okay. So that's why we sometimes look for excuses. For me, I think I have not made excuses, and if I did, then that would be a reason. Because we make money here that we don't keep. Money, I don't even eat that much. That's why I'm not fat. I'm not big. I struggle. So a lot of people too struggle here. A lot of people struggle here, and I don't blame nobody. It's life. It's how it is. Growing up, you have to start being a man, and being a man is enduring that thing that comes to your way. You endure it and you try to overcome it. You try to ensure that you get to the next thing, get to the next step, and try to succeed by all means. Yeah. So that's all about bills. There are a lot of bills that we pay, and leave alone if it's you alone that you be paying your own bills. If you got another person that you live with that depend on you, and that's, there are people that you live with. You can be living with a close person to you, and they really need help with some of the things that you do, some of the things that, especially the bills, you gotta pay them too. And if you pay them too, and that person got you only, you are the only person there, then you will struggle. You'll be. I don't really know a lot of people from back home, from that are here, making a lot of money than what I make. And if they make less than that, then how do they survive? How do they really, like, how life? How do they handle life? I really can't get it. So we make money, we make a lot of money, but we still feel broke. So it's what it is, and I don't blame nobody. It's life. Life in America is like that. You make a lot of money, but you feel like you are broke. Feel like your life is just down. Feel like you're not. You want to make it in life, but you are not making it anywhere. The money that you got, it cannot even be a down payment of a house. Like those money, I was talking to one guy from. So everything is like that here about money. Making a lot of money, you feel like you make a lot of money, but it's not really enough. It's not enough. It's struggling all the time. And those that, especially when I was at home, I used to think that making $20 in an hour would be enough. Now, with what I make, despite the fact that it's higher than that, I still feel like I'm not making nothing. So that's life here. Life here is like that. Itakufunza. Yeah. It will teach you how to manage your money properly, because you only depend on you. Nobody, I don't remember anybody here. I don't know anybody here that went through hell here and was able to call a person in Africa and got his questions answered. Our people, you are our brothers, but you don't understand us now. We suffer, but you don't really know. We cannot call you to tell you what we go through. At least when you have a friend that you tell everything, and they understand, and they at least advise you on how to go about with life, that would be enough. Sometimes we'll be living on our own world, like right now, and the only people that are our friends are those that we meet on the internet. So subscribe, join the community, become a friend. And if you want to be a close friend to me, subscribe and comment on a video. Comment on this video. We might start chatting. There are a lot of things we can talk about. Being here or being there. I lived in Kenya. I lived in Nairobi for a lot of years. And I lived in Nakuru for 1 year. So that's what it is. There are a lot of... I also noticed that socially there are a lot of differences too. Like when it comes to making friends, is very hard. It's hard because you don't meet nobody. If you meet a person, it's either at work and that person is minding his or her own business. Your neighbors, they don't want to talk to you. Your cousins, they don't really want to. They are not here. Your brothers are not here. So making friends is very hard. And everyone is busy on their own world. You got a uncle here. He's very busy trying to pay his own rent and his own bills. You got a brother here trying to pay his own bills, a car, everything. There are a lot of things they deal with. So it's you on your own. No brother, no cousin. It's you. Start to be a man. This is the right place where you start to understand that responsibility is not far from you. So if you are around 15 years, you need to understand that here in America, I've met a girl that came to work. She just turned 18 and she ensured that she start working. And when she started working, I was just so sad. Why? Because the girl was crying. She was crying because she felt like nobody cared about her. Like the parents do not care about her. And she's now working on her own. She told me that she's struggling to ensure that she pay her own rent. She's 18. Look at you at 18. What are you doing? What have you achieved? She's 18. She's struggling to ensure that she pay her own bills. When I told her why she doesn't want to quit, she said that there is nothing else. There is no other choice. Here in America, like, girls get impregnated at a very early age, and their kids end up with no fathers. And those that with no fathers, they struggle. And some of those with fathers too struggle. Why? Because their fathers, they were not fully ready to have those responsibilities, and life here being too hard too. So it's terrible. And everybody is busy here. Everybody is busy minding their own business. Like, even life itself, it's like it was planned. Everything about life is like it's a planned thing. It doesn't look natural. Because how is it that you go outside and you don't see nobody, you don't see anybody? That means life is not natural here. Life is like a joke. It's like a movie. How do you live in a world that is like a movie? You just go to, everything is time. Everything is running by time. By a certain time, you have to be sleeping. By a certain time, you have to wake. By a certain time, you have to go to work. By a certain time, you headed back to home. Like it's a schedule. Everything got a schedule. That's why this place really. Nikianzia business hapo Kenya, I will never be. Siwezi kuja hapa wallahi. So yeah, that's why this place, everything is time. Everything doesn't look natural. Everything is like time, and that's why there's nothing that looks natural. Because at least you gotta free your mind a little bit and think about something. Now this is my day off, and if I was supposed to be at work, I would have been asleep right now. And if you waste a little minute for the time that you are supposed to be sleeping, you will be struggling at work, and if you will be struggling at work, that will cost you your job. So I'm sorry, you will be fired if you keep struggling at work. And also, there is something that our people don't know. Our African people, like me and the others that are back home, stress is not something known back home. Stress is not a real thing back home. But let me tell you this. In America, stress is real. Loneliness is real too. And stress comes up when you are struggling and you are on your own. Now you are struggling and you are on your own, nobody to encourage you, nobody to discourage you, and you are you got a pressure. You came thinking that you are going to make it, and you are not making it nowhere.